Misinformation could be a cause of the recent surge at the border. Let's go ahead and bring in our Brett Shipp. Brett, can you tell us a little bit about what you have learned?
Good morning, Lisa. Yeah, I've learned that this is arguably the most issue in America today. There's been a lot of finger pointing over the past few years about who or what is to blame for the surge of migrant crossings at our southern border. Now we have some compelling evidence there's a new culprit, an unwitting contributor to the immigration crisis. And you're looking at it right now, the news media.
This Dallas Morning News story yesterday caught my eye. A new poll showing disinformation about the border may be partly responsible for the ongoing influx of migrants along the Rio Grande. We at Spectrum News 1 have brought you the graphic imagery of the chaos and crush of migrants desperate to reach our shores. But are we in the media partly to blame for all the madness? This new survey from BSP Research and America's Voice clearly indicates that the use of the term open borders, popular on conservative news outlets, may be finding its way to those desperate to come to America.
I mean, you turn on conservative media, you hear conservative politicians, and it's Biden's open border, Biden's open border. And I think that message seeps into the smugglers who use that message to lure the migrants. So it's a vicious cycle.
Dallas Morning News veteran border correspondent Alfredo Corchado says it's exactly what migrants have been telling him for some time. And that's what prompted him to do the story. Here's what it shows. That 1 in 4 of the survey respondents living in Central America indicated they've heard that the border is open. 1 in 5 say they, in fact, believe that the border is now open.
And obviously, the border is not open.
Corchado even says border officials are fighting to combat the impression that migrants are openly being allowed to enter in.
Last week, here in El Paso, the Border Patrol, CPB, put out an announcement saying, calling on smugglers to please stop spreading fake news. Please stop spreading disinformation, because it was contributing to the wave, to the spike we have seen in recent days.
Well, also must know the defenders of the conservative media here are calling this new poll misleading and inaccurate. They say would-be migrants don't have to listen to American media outlets talking about open borders. All they have to do is talk to their own relatives who are finding their way to America by the millions. Charles, 2.2 million last year alone. And you heard Ted Cruz talking about it. The influx is untenable.
Yeah, I mean, you can't deny the numbers there, Brett. I mean, but any suggestion that these conservative media outlets know they might be contributing in any amount to this open border misconception?
Well, first of all, they know, as Alfredo Corchado just said, they know it's not true. Now, there are appearances, we see the video of people just coming through and through checkpoints and the razor wire being cut by Border Patrol agents. So it's like there's the visual welcoming. But other things are telling us that the government is trying very, very, very hard, including Operation Lone Star, to stop this influx. They just can't do it. So the question becomes, at what point does using that term, open borders, exacerbate the problem? Because as you saw in the survey, 1 in 4 said they've heard the term, 1 in 5 says they believe the term. So something is going on, and whether or not we'll end using or cease to use that term, that remains to be seen.
Yeah, it's amazing how powerful 2 words can be to a group of people out there. Brett, thank you very much. All right, we're going to have more Texas headlines and another check of your forecast coming right up.
Stick around. Spectrum News 1 continues after this quick break.